I just wanted to make this video to say that you should allow you should allow yourself to be messy. You should allow yourself to be messy. You should not be under the constant idea that in order for you to be successful, it has to be beautiful the entire step of the way. And I think the idea of stress and trying and wanting better for ourselves has been kind of looked at as something that's aesthetic. Like, it's being looked at from a perspective that's not necessarily realistic. A lot of people are always like, you know what, let me just read what I wrote, because I'm not good at doing things on the whim. I'm already wasted a minute of your time. Oh my god. See what I mean? Like, you guys would not appreciate this because I am doing this in a messy way. I am not ready. I am not prepared. And yet, half the people that I wanted to watch this video are probably no longer watching this video. But I wrote, whether we like it or not, humans are extremely visual creatures, which is why people are so rude to ugly people. Or people they don't find attractive, or people who aren't aesthetically pleasing. And I didn't write this down, but like I just thought about this just now. But like, do you know, like, when you see somebody like having a bad day, or like somebody crying on like TikTok or whatever about whatever it is, and then the first comment isn't even, oh, like, what's wrong, or anything that may pertain to like why the person's actually crying. The first thing is like, oh, you're such a pretty crier. That like, okay, like, what does that have to do with this person suffering? Like, the first thing that you are thinking about is this person is such a beautiful crier. And I always used to find those kinds of comments funny, because I'm like, that's the first thing, that this person is pouring their heart out, and the first thing that you can say is, you cry so beautifully. And then they add the cherry on top where they're like, oh, like, I look like Lord Farquaad or some other ugly character to represent how they look when they're crying. I'm like, A, nobody asked. B, that's pick me behavior. And C, like, why does that matter? Who said that crying was supposed to be something that is aesthetically pleasing, something that is beautiful? Crying is inherently ugly, okay? Which is why, and it's okay that it's ugly. Like, it is okay to be messy. It is okay to not look good all the time. It is okay to struggle. It is okay to try and fail miserably. And I think that, like, I'm still trying to figure this out. I'm still trying to tell myself that it's okay to try and fail. Because, hold on, what the fuck did I write? I wrote kind of examples. Like, I said that, like, people, it's really unfortunate because there are people that are missing out on some great stuff simply because they're afraid of looking dumb, stupid. You know, I'm thinking about that one video where he's like, I felt ugly, I felt gay. Who said that? Fousey too. Anyway, like, people are afraid to look or see things that aren't beautiful right off the bat. Like, people aren't ready to trust the process. Like, why don't you want to trust the process? Like, everyone's attention spans is shot. I know, like, even me, I feel like I'm turning into Dory. Like, I'm trying to bring myself back to like how I was when I was young, and I would come home after school, I'd take a siesta, I'd eat, I'd finish my homework, and I'd watch my favorite shows, you know, like, and I was a kind of a weird kid. Well, I wouldn't say I was a weird kid, but like, I was like the kind of kid who would come home and like watch nature documentaries and shit. Or like, I would watch documentaries about like 9/11. or Roanoke, or like the first Thanksgiving, or the Civil War, or the Titanic. Like, I was that kind of kid. But anyway, like, I had the attention span to do that. Now now it's just a joke. Like, now I will be flipping through apps trying to remember what I did in the last app, and then trying to figure, like, going back to that app and then being like, wait, like, what was I here for? Like, it's not good. Like, old age is gonna be really tough for Generation Z because we're already kind of clapped. The dementia rates, God forbid, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, it's gonna be really concerning for our generation when we get older and we can't remember how to do simple things because we can't even remember why we were on that app 30 seconds ago. Anyway, but I'm like, now that I post a lot more and whatever, I feel like I can see why a lot of videos become popular, or like why a lot of content becomes popular. And guess in some cases it's random and I don't really care about algorithms and whatnot. I just be posting to post. But this is mostly for me. This is like my own personal diary, with videos instead, because you don't want to give me a pen and paper because my head will be going boom, 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 and I will be writing so slow. And that's why writing in a journal just be pissing me off, because everyone's like, oh, it forces you to write slower and really think. I don't want to think. The whole purpose of me writing in a journal is because I want to get everything out as fast as possible. Okay, I want to expel it, but I'm not fast enough for that. And by the time I already remember like what I want to say, like, it's already too late. Like, I've already closed the book. Anyway, that's why I feel like talking is a lot better, because like shit just comes up and I just say it out loud, you know. But anyway, I guess you could say that I'm just really tired of having to feel like I have to be beautiful, or I have to be at a certain level in my life to present information or to share how I feel and whatnot. I should really put this energy into a job or something. This might have to go on YouTube. This shit is too long for TikTok. Y'all don't have the attention span like those YouTubers do. Anyway, but it's hard. Like, there's somebody walking outside. Anyway, but it's hard because like I feel like it brings me back to like the conversations of like performative culture in society, and feeling like you have to do things in an exaggerated way or in an excessive way, or in a way that just doesn't make any sense because you want to appeal to the masses. You can't appeal to everybody. I just learned that in marketing the other day. Like, your goal should not be to appeal to everybody, because that's not going to bring you far anyway. Like, you have to segment that shit. I forget, like, we're gonna have an exam on this soon, but I shouldn't be talking anymore. But like, people are so focused on like the aesthetic of life and like trying to make themselves like strict, like trying to categorize themselves and like their own personalities for the sake of an aesthetic, or for the sake of views, for the sake of this false feeling of connection. And it's honestly so tiring, because like it gets to a point where like I can feel it. Like, I can feel that energy coming off of some people's content. Like, yes, if it's an advertisement, go make that bag. That's an ad. But like, sometimes you can just tell when somebody is just faking that authenticity, bro. Like, you can tell that they made this with somebody else in mind. But like, they was like, you know that one video where that one girl got caught out because like she said that she wakes up at 5:30 every day, but then somebody zoomed into her like wristwatch, her Apple Watch, and they saw that it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and they were all like, girl, why you lying? Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? But I'm like, those types of things, like, girl, it, like, you even put the timestamp 5:30 in the corner. Girl, we can see the time right there on your clock. It says that it is 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, girl, be so for real. Be okay with yourself. You can tell the audience that today you didn't actually wake up at 5:30. Okay, it's fine. Like, I would believe you if you do that pretty much most of the days, but like, nobody's expecting you every day. Like, nobody's hovering over you like, did she wake up at 5:30 today? Did she wake up at 5:30 today? Like, nobody gives a damn. Like, nobody gives a damn. But like, I'm not trying to say that I'm perfect either, because like I feel like it's in human nature, especially when you're posting yourself online, like it's, or like not just posting yourself online, but like presenting your art or like singing or dancing or whatever, like that shit's inherently kind of performative anyway. But like, you know, in a way, like there's things that you can do to like, you know, bring yourself back to earth, you know, bring yourself back to who you are as a person. Next, anyway, I would consider myself a very visual person. I am Pinterest #1 fan, bro. I am Pinterest #1 fan. I love a good aesthetic. Like, I won't even lie. I do be liking to categorize myself into certain boxes. But I'm also, nowadays, I'm feeling more inclined to be myself and allow myself to think and do things out of the box. You know what I mean? It's just so unnecessarily constricting when people are constantly, you know, trying to define themselves or like trying to fit themselves in a space where like just be a human being, like just be multifaceted. Like, remember that you only got one life, twin. You only got one life. If you're trying to spend your life and spend all your time trying to fit into somebody else's mold, you're done. Just say goodnight to all of your dreams, okay? Say goodnight to your future, because when you are on that deathbed and you're looking back on all of your greatest life achievements, and then you realize that everything that you did was to please somebody else, you're gonna wish you were going to hell. You're gonna wish you were going to hell, because that cannot be a good feeling. Like, imagine that. Like, think of that regret, yo. Think of that regret. Like, I don't even want to think about that regret. Ooh. I don't want to think about that regret. Be okay with living off the script. You know what I mean? Embrace the struggle. Embrace the messiness. Let people see you struggle, bro. Let them see you struggle, because eventually they're gonna see you shine, bro. Oh my god, the bars. Oh my god, I need to win a Pulitzer Prize. But yes, like, like, wait, I'm kind of cooking. What the fuck? But like, be okay with seeing things that aren't always aesthetically pleasing, or like doing things that don't automatically strike you as like, ooh, like, be okay with seeing the raw versions of people, or the raw versions of things, or the you know, the raw versions of your projects and things that you know will eventually make you happy in the future, because this is the beginning, okay? In the beginning, it's not always easy, okay? You're gonna be brought back to the beginning so many times, but each time you'll know a little more than the last. Oh my god. Oh my god, give me a mic. Give me a mic. Oh my god, give me a mic. What was I saying at the end? Oh, you know what? It doesn't even matter. Like, I did right at the end, like, just be you, be real, be your authentic self, because with the way people use AI for every little thing nowadays, we'll all soon be begging to know the difference between what is real and what is fake. So we better lock the fuck in. Peace out. Hey!